We're so close to getting a league with this deck. Yeah, I mean this deck's been. I mean that's like ultimately what's important is like that consistency. Like we're currently 4-1, 3-2, 4-1, and I think we were 1-1 in our league during the challenge. We may have been 2-0. I didn't finish that league. Yeah, 4 persist simply makes the deck too strong. Opponent's multi-5, new opponent. 3 persist, but 4 priests. Persist is of course better. Yeah, I didn't even see the priests, but it's just like I don't know. Like when I only see 3 persist in the reanimator deck, it's just not worth looking at anymore. To be honest, I'm sorry. It's like I'm just gonna play 3 expedition maps in my Tron deck, or I'm gonna play 3 Colossus Hammers in my Colossus Hammer deck. It's just like I'm just done. Thank you, Doom. They're playing Fable to copy Priest. Yeah, that's super Widmore, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, playing against Tron obviously makes sense when my opponent's on the multi-4. How was Black-White Reanimator Rock as of now? I think it's okay. I think you play Esper instead. Just a splash from Ending into Fairy. That's what I've been doing. Got a new prediction? Yeah, if mods want to like start setting up like fun predictions, like will X or Y happen, that's fine. We tried to do this before and it didn't actually go that well. I can't remember what the predictions were, but I ended up not liking them that much. But yeah, if the mods want to have some fun with the predictions, you guys can. I think I'll make a token. We do have Shrapnel Blast. Kill the Karn. Might lose against the Moldifor. Yeah, will Spike be toxic this league? Immediately paid off. How could you fit mutagenic growth in the Mono Red Prowess deck? I mean, I don't think that it's currently correct to play. I think that there's not that much red removal as there has been, and I think that you should main deck it unless there's a lot of red removal. You could maybe sideboard it if you think there's enough, but I am not of the opinion that you should. And for the question of how you could is always a really difficult question to answer when I don't think you should, because I don't know what you'd cut, because I wouldn't recommend it. Will our opponent multi 4 or lower in game 2? Cool, I like that. Good prediction. My opponent grabs a liquid metal coating because Tron players or Karn players don't know if there's anything else that you can get off Karn. So if they upkeep target my Saga, I have 2 options. I can... No, I should just take the draw. I'll just use 2 lands to Shrapnel Blast if I don't draw Ragavan, or if I draw Ragavan, I get to keep my Shrapnel Blast. I can also draw Galvanic Blast too, I guess. I could also just make a token on their turn, but I think that I'll just blast them. Blast the Karn, sack a food token. They've got 2 cards left in their hand. Obviously, we're hoping that they're a little flooded, or at the very least, they've got something that we can play through, like an Ugin. Maybe it's supposed to discard with my blood token that turn, actually. So when scrying, I imagine they're grabbing a Blast Zone. Yeah. Which I can Pithing Needle Blast Zone. We do have the main deck Needle. Ramunap Ruins. We drew the Ragavan this turn. Okay, so we'll go make a token. Pithing Needle Blast Zone. Play Ramunap Ruins and dash the Ragavan. Deny the card from the top. Yeah, this is the Jade Avenger here. My favorite Magic card. I don't. So this list started off from a deck that Doomwake was playing, a Dragon Spark Reactor deck, and I ended up like just seeing the deck, liking the mono red Asmo Shell, liked it being aggressive, and thinking that both Shrapnel Blast and Aether Grid were both better than the Dragon Spark Reactor. I think Dragon Spark Reactor is pretty weak, although Doomwake likes it. And Doomwake's a pretty smart guy. Aether Grid. I mean, I think I'm just dashing Ragavan, activating Factory. Where did the Jade Avenger meme come from? It was like the beginning of Modern Horizons 2, right? And I might discard the Aether Grid actually. 8. We have 11 damage. Yeah, getting to 12 was pretty relevant for the Ramunap Ruins, so I'll deal 1 more damage. Yeah, it was like right when Image 2 came out, and we were getting like more questions about, it's just like nonstop questions about cards, right? And it just ended up becoming like a lot of really, really repetitive questions. So I ended up just like, if I had answered a question a million times in a row, I would just eventually just say Jade Avenger was the answer to the question. If I just answered like twice and I get the same one, I would just answer Jade Avenger. And it started because I had actually not read Jade Avenger until I did my first MH2 draft on like a weekend tournament on stream. I really liked the card. I thought it looked really cool, and just kind of evolved from there, I guess. Okay, I'm not sure what my opponent's plan is, but they're looking pretty dead here. Monkey won the game again. My god, how I hate this card. I wasn't like that much better than like a Goblin Guide here. It's like a little better. Don't think I'm Void Mirroring. I think I'm going to cut the Shadowspear and the Aether Grids and a Daredevil and 2 Manufactors. Kind of like this. Just be a little bit leaner, a little bit meaner. Okay, we even beat O-Stone. We got Pithing Needle. We got Shattering Spree. Yeah, will they mold a 4? The big prediction, the big hot question on everybody's mind. You denied them an Ulamog and a card, and he draw 2 lands, search because the monkey. I don't know, man. What do you want from me? You want me to say who cares? It's also like that's just like very much like Ragavan could have just have easily milled over 2 irrelevant cards, and then they find the relevant cards, right? Like that kind of stuff. Like I milled them into the wrong card. Like who cares? It just doesn't. I just. My point. I'm not arguing with you whether or not Ragavan is like. Ragavan is a really good card. It's not a well designed. Ragavan is not a well designed card. Ragavan is a super push card. What I'm saying is that your comment is like not super helpful. Flam, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. I think I'm playing Saga on turn 1 because my Magus is going to kill the Saga. Oh, whoops. Like the drum. Yeah, not a well-designed comment. I like Boil for blue-white and 4-color Omnath. And they did not mold a 4, right? Yeah, they molded 6. Okay, so we'll see if they have Natty Tron. Turn 3 Magus on the draw might be too slow. So I can Needle this if they don't kill my Saga, and if they do kill my Saga, I can Shrapnel Blast, I guess. Yeah, Ragavan, not a very well-designed card, but... I also don't feel like that was a game where Ragavan was, like, particularly, like I feel like a lot of spells there witnessed the game besides just the Ragavan. It's my Tron opponent who mulled a 4. Okay. Can I beat a Wurmcoil? Probably not. Yeah, people keep saying Ragavan's $100. It's not a cheap Magic card, but it's also not $100. It's, I don't know, like I feel like it's pretty regularly goes for like $60, right? Which is very expensive for a Magic card. It's very expensive for a Magic card, of course. But people also keep calling it $100, which it just isn't, you know. Yeah, it feels like $100. I do agree with that. I don't really know why that's something that's true, but I actually do agree with that. It does feel like $100. Okay, so I guess I can draw Shattering Spree, get the front half of Wurmcoil gone, kill the O-Stone. Yeah, again, too much for a piece of cardboard. I'm on board, but people also do exaggerate the price of it. Wait till Image 2 goes out of print. Is it not already out of print? I also I think that it's very likely that there's gonna be like a Ragavan secret lair at some point, right? It's just like, can you imagine? I mean, okay, hold on, sorry. I was about to say, can you imagine if they never reprinted Ragavan? But I guess they never reprinted Wrenn and 6, right? So maybe that's a justified concern. Yeah, a Ragavan secret lair right before they ban it. There's no way they put in a secret lair that's less than 100. Well, they put like Wasteland in a secret lair that had like other good cards in it too. So I don't know that that's actually true. Wrenn and 6 and Double Masters. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, but they put like Wasteland in a secret lair. They do that every once in a while. Wait, is Wrenn and 6 really 115? It's kind of crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna pack it in here. Go to game 3. Wasteland is a $25 card. Well, I guess maybe I'm like, okay, surely the secret lair printing had something. Was Wasteland $25 when the secret lair happened, or was it already cheap? Because like I'm kind of old, and I just kind of have like the attitude that Wasteland is still a $100 card. Just like people have the attitude that Ragavan is a $100 card. But like I just like, yeah, for the longest time, like Wasteland and Force of Will were just $100 bills. Not only were they worth $100, but it was so easy to turn them into $100 of value for whatever you wanted. They're kind of like Shocklands or Fetchlands. Like they're just like as good as a $100 bill. Wasteland's been less than 40 since the eBay printing. I didn't know that at all. Yeah, but before the reprints was like Wasteland was just, they're so expensive. Finance stream? Oh, this is maybe just me showing why this shouldn't be a finance stream, because I still think of Wasteland as a $100 card. Emrakul's on the board for Mill. That's not mandatory. Grid's been feeling pretty good. I like the card a lot here. We're on the play against Tron. I think we keep this. It's pretty close. Like, the double Daredevils are so bad. I didn't even trim the Daredevil. But Ragavan on the play is great. Shattering Spree is good. I think we keep. But it's multi 5. You know, the believers are going to be heartbroken if my opponent mulls to 4 here. Would Spyro help in the issue of double Daredevil draws? I mean, it would, but it's also like, you're already playing like 2 really good 3-drops in Aether Grid and Manufactor. This deck is also, you know, very much an aggro deck, and so I don't think you're that incentivized to play more 3-drops, or grindy 3-drops at least. Yeah, I would kill Sphere or Map here, obviously. But Killing Star is like maybe a conversation to cut them off green mana. So because if they go like Stirrings or Scrying into a Tron land, it's pretty bad for me. But there's also like a somewhat reasonable chance my opponent ends up like cycling and they hit a map or a star or sphere this turn, and I could kill that with the Shattering Spree. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I'm not hitting it, because it draws them a card. But like, like when my opponent's on the mold of 5 and they like tanked a long time, like killing the star to cut them off of that green mana is like maybe worth doing. So I don't know. At the very least, I don't have the heart to. Okay, they Nature's Claim my Urza Saga. Guess my Den of the Bugbear is now entering untapped. I might be casting a 4/2 here. Ideally, I'd hit a card on the Great Creator, though. Expedition map. I think it's 4/2 time. And I guess I get to cast the map too. The Daredevils were good in this hand all along, huh? Okay. Untapped land would be pretty nice. Ragavan's not exactly that. I think I'd need to make a token here. So just pass back. I was kind of thinking like Shattering Spree, the Worm Coil attack with a Daredevil is not that bad. But it wouldn't be that good either. Will Boomerjun ever be considered a good deck again? I think Boomerjun is a totally fine and reasonable deck. It has some bad matchups, but it has a lot of game against everything. I think that it's unlikely that like a traditional Jun deck ever becomes what it used to be, was like just like the best deck in the format, or like had a lot of game against everything and was tough to beat back when you had Deathrite Shaman and Bloodbraid Elf. I think that like that is unlikely to ever exist again. But they get Beseiju. But I would be pretty surprised, like, but like, it is somewhat viable. Yeah. Okay, definitely making another token. I guess we get a cookbook. I think I attack with just the Daredevil. Tell me you have an engineered in here. I don't, but you also can't get engineered explosives off Urza Saga anyways. Is Magus the Moon a viable sideboard card in Burn? I think so. It's probably, to be honest, super underplayed in Burn. Because, like, Titan is one of the most popular decks, or, like, it's at least, like, a tier 1 deck, in my opinion, right now. And traditionally you have a really bad Titan matchup as Burn, and yeah, it's absolutely a reasonable card. Yeah, FNM only play of getting explosives off Saga. Just play Titan twice in League, it's good. Yeah, Titan's a great deck. I think 24 lands in Jund mid-range is too much. Not necessarily. Kind of depends on like how many utility lands you're playing. What your curve looks like. Like if you're playing Saga, it's like pretty reasonable. I think in my Jund Saga list I have 23 lands right now. So this list I'm working on. Probably playing this tomorrow, I think. What am I hoping to draw here? Galvanic Blast for the Karn. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend playing Bloodbraid Elf anyways. Play a 3/3 Walking Ballista. They can attack with their Death Touch tokens if they want to. I think they're unlikely to. If we can draw a Blast for the card, I'll keep playing. Otherwise, I'll just concede. Alright. Bummer. Yeah, yes, for another Shattering Spree would be a pretty sick draw. And like, you know, just like Karn the Great Creator is not like the like you like the four drop that you want to add is not the problem solver that you think it is. I'm not sure what Canister's playing. Blood Crypt, cool. Blood Crypt's Ragavan. I could Epicure this turn. It's pretty bad against a removal spell though, so I'm pretty sure I should just Galvanic Blast. Yeah. Karn is also good in like E-Tron, Green-Tron, Cabal Coffers, and decks that like Karn is way better as an accelerant because you have so much like flexibility of what you can do with that extra mana. Yeah, Karn is like not nearly as good if you are yeah, not making extra mana, absolutely. Okay, second Ragavan and a basic Swamp. Okay, we'll play Epicure and Saga. I'm likely to get hit by a monkey. How do I feel about a Symbol of the Legion? I like that card a lot. I like, as a casual player who really enjoyed playing Magic in that era, but it is not likely to be very playable in Modern. That's why we have to play Constant Dreadnought in the Artifact decks. Yeah, because that card increases your clock by a lot. Yeah, that is why Dreadnought is like pretty good because it's an enabler and a payoff and increases your clock and is not like and you're not playing 8 4-drops. We'll see. I might do another league after this one. Just kind of depends on how fast this league goes and how hungry I am. But I am trying to spend more time with decks and not like get super burned out and like not like I was kind of I think a big problem I had with Neon Dynasty, like why I was starting to feel burned out, was I had like a lot of like cool lists that I played like 1 league of or like 2 leagues of, and I didn't flesh them out like fully. Like I did that with like a bunch of the different affinity decks, a few different lists, and I feel like I didn't flesh them out fully, and I feel like I felt like I didn't want to return to them because I had already played them, and it just felt like a weird time to return to them. So that's something I'm gonna try to be like a little bit more intentional on. Obviously, it's kind of hard to quantify that. I'm not even sure I'm really expressing what I'm getting at very well. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised no attack as well. Alright, we'll discard a Den of the Bugbear, cast an Asmo here. And our Aether Grid's looking like it'll be pretty good. Yeah, I had a really good time with the affinity decks too. It's just like managing burnout is something like I have to be super intentional on though, because if I get burned out, I'm broke. If I just take a week off to play Elden Ring, oh, that sounds so good. Well, I thought the factory had Summoning Sickness. Feign Death Ragavan. Oh boy. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Do I hold up Factory as a blocker here? I think because it's down at 3/2, I just play the Aether Grid. Plays around discard spells too. Probably losing to that one, huh? Probably losing to that one. Trying to think if I want to make a token here. I think I don't. If I draw Asmo, just like discarding this is so bad. I think I'm just playing this as something I can ping with. Is there anything I actually get to name? I don't think Canister's playing Liliana of the Veil. Yeah, I don't think there's actually any good name. I'll just name Seasoned Pyromancer. And then I will also, I think, Giganta in hand instead of Factory Block Ragavan. Voidwalker, yeah, maybe that's better. Get hit by the Ragavan again, but it is also true my 5/5 might be pretty good here. Shrapnel Blast can blast me for 5 damage here. Does. Down to 7. Plays Mire. Ping our opponent down to 8. It's a pretty good draw. At least it's okay. Yeah, the Breathe Right strips are also saved my life. It's possible my opponent has like another Dreadbore for Giganta. I can top deck Shrapnel Blast and still win. I get to ping them down to 7, then 6, then Factory. Yeah, maybe. Supposed to play Lena Black. Oh yeah, I was. Definitely was there. It's also kind of confusing which one I guess you just block the Ragavan. Yeah. This only plays 1 Dreadbore. Okay, yeah, they might be light on ways to kill the Giganta then. Oh boy. I guess I can kill that next turn if I need to. No attacks. Ping my opponent down to 7. Shinka's kind of a funny draw. I guess I should attack here, right? I could kill Ragavan. I could kill. No, I need to attack first. They have to block. Then I might die to like them hitting Shrapnel Blast off Ragavan, but like it's also possible that. Yeah, no, I should. Yeah, I could just kill the Ragavan. Yeah, I know I can kill Dothy. I don't think I need to kill Dothy because I can make Factory to ping twice. Yeah, so I think I'll just kill the Ragavan to not die to Shrapnel Blast. Discard Shinka to kill Voidwalker. I can activate. That doesn't work because the cookbook gets tapped, so I only have 2 pings no matter what. But I have my second ping with the Factory. Giovanni, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you. Glad you're liking the stream still. It was nice meeting at the Chicago event. Thanks for taking some time to chat the night before drafting. Yeah, sure thing, sure thing. I can also just if they block with HCA or whatever vessel of the all-consuming, I can actually try to block Ragavan with the Factory, then double ping the Voidwalker. Pretty interesting spot. I also have a food token to gain life. I was too shy to say hello, ask your picture. To remove this, I'll be wearing stilts at future events to make myself taller, better looking, and more noticeable. If you see someone being shy in a corner but on stilts, come say hi. Okay, deal. Yeah, free 8 mana 5/5 being relevant. Yeah, not relevant until it is, huh? Not relevant until it is. I can't remember the last time I saw Canister tank this long. I feel like the last card like has to be relevant, or I don't know, maybe he's trying to figure out what the outs are. Okay, so I am supposed to first strike still, so like Unholy Heat doesn't kill my Giganta. Yeah, it could be double queuing. Yeah, the needle just stops the flashback on Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, we'll play around Heat on the Giganta. And then I think my plan is to try to Factory block Ragavan, then ping Voidwalker. Okay, opponent is playing something. Malakari Rebirth. Oh, fuck. So this is going to kill the Ragavan. Oh, sorry, so when it comes back. So I need to go... Kill the Voidwalker now. Yeah, it comes back flipped. Super punished for not playing this as a black source. Although Canister is top decking. I've got a 5/5 and he's at 5. I'm also got a Shrapnel Blast deck. Close game. One card in hand. I'm not sure what could he possibly be thinking about. Oh man, it's kind of like the best top deck. I don't even have it needled anymore. We're still already Shrapnel Blast deck though. We're also a deck with multiple Aether grids, I guess. Only 2 Aether grids in the deck. Yeah, the Aether grids have been very good. I think they've been good this game too. I like them a lot. Like my opponent top deck best possible, and I top deck like worst possible. It is what it is. I think I'm probably gonna need to draw a Shrapnel Blast to win this game. We still have 3 in the deck. We potentially have 2 or 3 turns left, depending on how well we draw. If Canister attacks with the Seasoned Pyromancer, it's pretty tough, the decision to block or not. I think that I have to just not block, since my plan to win this game is to draw Shrapnel Blast, and this is my artifact to sacrifice. Yeah, so like losing the factory in combat just doesn't feel like an option. Can block and pump. I can, but that loses to one of these things gives +1/+1, right? Or +2/+0. It loses to any removal spell, and I feel like with my plan of just draw Shrapnel Blast, I think that I'm not that interested in losing to a removal spell here. And now I've got something to Shrapnel Blast, so now I'm going to be like way more willing to block. I guess I could have potentially cast the Daredevil. I think that's probably not correct though. 4 cards in hand too. This deck's been really good so far, I think. We're 4-1, 3-2, 4-1. No, 1, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the problem about using the factory to cast the Daredevil is I'm no longer able to ping one of the 2 tokens on defense. I'm not sure how relevant that is. I end up taking 1 more damage. Canister playing the clock, playing it, not playing it very well. If that's the plan. Is HEA the best card in Modern? Yes or no? I mean, no. It's very polarizing card, where it's incredibly good in some matchups and incredibly weak in others. Giganta is the best card in Modern. What deck? Yeah, they're playing a red-black mid-range deck that's playing Grief Fury and then cards like Feign Death and Malakir Rebirth. Pretty good deck. Can you not give it first strike? What? I can't give the Mishra's Factory first strike, no, because of the Shinka. Yeah, Urza Saga is still the worst card, absolutely. Alright, casting a spell. A Grief. Okay, and it's not too vulnerable to Grief, thankfully. I think I'm pinging a token here. If I could draw Galvanic Blast and win, I would maybe ping something else. Well, nothing to do but play this and pass, I suppose. Dead to a removal spell that kills Factory. Dead to Lightning Bolt. What is the second grid to take? It does nothing. I don't know. I think Canister identified that neither card in my hand does almost anything and took 1. But yeah, Daredevil's, I guess, slightly more relevant if I draw a black source. I guess I have the Black Source in play too. Yeah, that would be reasonable, Koki, but I also don't think you're supposed to side out 5-0 drops in almost any matchup. Daredevil also comes back. We'll have to draw an artifact for it to come back. Like, I mean, this card is like literally blank in this. Like, my opponent can't kill this Aether Grid, I think, and the second copy does nothing. So it was just like a pretty easy mistake to make. But look, I agree. It looks like a mistake here. Okay. I mean, this doesn't really do anything. Kills the elemental token, so I don't need to ping it. I still have my blocker. Still got a Shrapnel Blast as an out. Yeah, usually I only take out like 2 or 3 0 drops at most, and when I play Hammer. There's also like, what matchup are you sideboarding 5 cards into? Like Living End, maybe? That might be an exception. How do you feel about the black-red Anvil list with -4 Squirrel, -4 Synthesizer, -4 Cliffs, +4 Saga, +2 Karn, +1 Springleaf Drum, +1 Needle, +1 Bridge, +1 Mountain, Fetch. I really don't like Karn. Playing only 2 Karn is so weird because like you also have to play a bunch of sideboard cards too. But it's also like you can't. Synthesizer is like one of the best cards in the deck too, and the Squirrel is also super important to kill your opponent. I didn't even like the Urza Saga that much. I don't know. I'm not that big a fan. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I wasn't that big a fan of Sagas in the deck. Synthesizer's the best card. I don't know. Like your deck's a lot slower and it's a lot grindier. You know, when you're playing Urza and Urza Saga, or Karn and Urza Saga, but then like you have a really hard time racing opponents' decks, and it's not like the deck needs to be more grindy because the deck is already pretty grindy. But like keeping the Shrapnel Blast in the deck and being really damage base is important. And Squirrel is also a huge part of your aggro game plan. Can you push the backside of HEO without Revolt? No, you do need Revolt. Why not ping opponent with Aether Grid every turn? Well, right now I didn't want to animate the factory and tap it to ping. I thought killing a elemental token was more relevant than dealing Canister 1 damage, because Canister would be dead to Shrapnel Blast, but still not Galvanic Blast because I didn't have Metalcraft. But these are also all things we talked about. Yeah, is Canister streaming? Can someone tell me if he's double queuing or if he's just really tanking this long? Win trading, perhaps. Just kidding. Just tanking. Yeah, I'm sure it's like a complicated spot. We had a drum and worker at some point. I have pinged every time I thought it was correct to ping. I don't know exactly what point you're talking about. Yeah, maybe I missed it at some point, but I don't think that I did. Okay, sending with the team. Wait, does Canister just have lethal here? Because he knows my hand. What is this attack? I guess this is gonna be like a Seasoned Pyromancer reanimate. Just gonna be like the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. Fury kill factory. Okay, my opponent is very close to dead. Dead to Galvanic Blast, dead to Voldaren Epicure, dead to not dead to Shrapnel Blast anymore. Okay, so I can force the trade of Gigantha for Fury if I fire up the, or if I just attack, actually. Yeah, just attack. Force the trade. Shinka. Oh, yes. Well, yeah, I guess do I Shinka? Yeah, I guess I Shinka. Right. And then Cookbook, Daredevil. Gain 3, pass. So Canister, if Canister wants to Seasoned Pyromancer, has to do it in response to the trigger here. Such a crazy game. I can't. Gigantha's like killed so many creatures. Gigantha plus Shinka is a combo. Canister is taking this turn pretty quickly, attacking for 3. I'm down to 2. Yeah, obviously dead to a lot of things. it's time to pump the brakes a little bit. And I'm trying to think if I'm going to leave up the Din activation or just gain life now to play around Bolt. Yeah, I'm dead to Bolt either way, so I should just leave up the Din activation. Canister is absolutely capable of playing games 2 and 3 in 8 minutes. I'm not worried about the clock, and I don't think he is either. Okay, so I lose a ping if I sack the food, but I think the 3 life is worth it on this board. Okay, so Epicure does bring back the Daredevil. Pings my opponent down to 4. I now have an Aether Grid activation this turn too. Let's do this main phase. Concedes, wow. I feel like if he drew another HCA, we may be still playing. Yeah, crazy game though. Dude, HCA is like such a headache. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play around it at all. Probably, I'll see what we can do. Think the concession was for the clock? Yeah. Maybe. I'll bring in a Relic of Progenitus, I think, over the Needle, and just click submit. But now it's like I kind of feel like Canister kind of had to win game 1. I don't know. Yeah, it was a great game. It was a great game for sure. I feel like a main deck Relic will hit more decks than the Needle. Maybe. I kind of want to play the second Relic over the Lantern the more I play with it. Although, yeah, but you both get around Leyline. I don't know. The Needle, like when the main deck Needle is so good so often, but I agree that it is kind of hot and cold. But just like your Tron matchup gets so much better with the main deck Needle. Your Dogmoth matchup gets a lot better, but maybe that's just not that relevant. Yeah. This is enough time to win 2 games, but he has to play it faster than he's been playing. Obviously, if you keep this hand on the draw, I think I'm gonna take a mulligan. I think maybe that was a deceptively close hand though. No, you don't want to play Nile Spellbomb. Like, we don't really have black mana in the deck. I know we have like the red-black pathways. They just don't come up that often. They're not really a big part of the deck. You don't overthink the pathways. Okay, so I can blast the Voidwalker. I think I'll just do main phase, then play a Saga. I think I attack for I don't care if Canister Ragavan dashes. The more I play that, like I just have kind of stopped caring about getting dash Ragavan. Like if I know Ragavan's in the hand, I'll play around it. But I'm a burn deck. I'm just not gonna play scared, and I just don't care that much if this does happen. Discards 2 copies of Malika Rebirth. Cookbook's not a bad draw. I'm definitely scared of a HCA. Be afraid of only 2 relics because of needles. Yeah, it's a little relevant. I mean, like what matchup that you want relic against though also needles you? Not really any matchup, right? I guess I don't need to respond now. Voidwalker is pretty scary though. Monkey. I think I get Relic of Progenitus because it does kind of feel like my opponent is setting up for an HCA turn. Hidetsu consumes all, of course, and just being able to draw a card here feels pretty relevant. I'm just going to try to minimize the damage. Because I'm pretty sure this deck plays 4 of them. Breach combo is the only med deck that you need. Graveyard Hate and Pithing Needle. Yeah. True. Feign Death. And this creature dies. I mean, don't I just get to relic this? I guess I lose my Urza Saga token, but that's fine. I think I'm okay just like making this a trade. Okay, one card in hand maybe is going to become okay to play into HCA. I'm kind of annoyed at that acronym. Maybe there's something better. Kind of don't. Yeah. Okay. Let's. That's so tough here. But I mean, if the last card was Consumes All, a canister probably wouldn't have played the Ragavan, right? Just Hidetsu, yeah. Just calls both all-consuming. That might be a good way to do it as well. Maybe I should have made another token for one more damage there. And like, you know, I guess I'm somewhat likely to use the food tokens this turn anyways. Fury. Okay, I'm going to discard Ragavan and I'm going to kill the Voidwalker, then Canister gets to play Urza Saga off Voidwalker. Or maybe Galvanic Blast. Chooses the Urza Saga, which makes sense, I feel. Hits me for 4 down to 9, or 3 down to 9. My Construct's going to be gigantic, though. Now that there's no Voidwalker exiling the Daredevils anymore, and looks like we're just going to be hardcasting at least one Daredevil here. Why not kill Voidwalker? I did kill Voidwalker. I did do that. What was the reason I killed Voidwalker on my turn? Yeah, I guess I should have killed it on my turn. But the reason was like my like hand wasn't quite forced yet. It wasn't like I didn't necessarily need to. Maybe I should have though. Okay, Grief my Daredevil. It's actually pretty good because now I have to like discard whatever I draw to get the Daredevils back or draw an artifact. And a pretty good artifact too, making my construct now bigger than anything else on the battlefield. By a lot. And now Aether Grid's a great draw still. Manufactor is a great draw. Shrapnel Blast is good with the Ramunap Ruins. Shadowspear is good. We got a lot of good draws here. Okay, maybe it was better to use a cookbook to get back Asmo. Can maybe do that next turn. Because we can't cast the Asmo this turn. I feel like I want to get the extra blocker now. But I don't know if Canister has like a Nile Spellbomb or anything. It doesn't have anything. Yeah, but I can get the Asmo back this turn. Assuming I don't draw anything better to do. It's close to being better. Voidwalker and Spellbomb together? I don't know. Yeah, like maybe I've seen it happen. I've seen people play those cards. I don't think it's obviously wasn't what was happening, but I don't think it's wild. Yeah, Canister also has to win this game and the next one. Okay, Fury killing Asmo. Let's kill some stuff. Kill the Fury. Kill the Grief. I think I can kill one more thing. Fatal pushes the construct. Ooh. I think I'll kill the construct just to shrink them. No, I can, you know, trade Daredevil for Ragavan. So I'm at 5 life. This turn I can go Cookbook back Asmo, cast Cookbook, and I'll have a total of 4 foods to kill 2 creatures. Is it better to hold up Galvanic Blast? I don't think so. I think it's probably just better to get an extra food because I'm removing the same amount of creatures. Either way. You can Ruins a Blast. That is 6 damage against an opponent who's at 7 life. Oh, I thought I had 1 more food token. Oh no, I played my lands wrong. Sorry, I thought I would have 1 more food token. So now I'm taking a damage to Galvanic Blast. I didn't need to. Being said, I'm still not dead on board. Takes the Cookbook. I don't think has a cat. Yeah, just concedes. What a wild match. Wild match. Mulligan. Keep. Put back second Epicure potentially. It's either that or Galvanic Blast. I think I'll put back the Blast so I can just guarantee the ability to play an extra spell next turn. Awesome, Shaven. Always love to see our first time chatters. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing dono decks in the foreseeable future. Well, obviously, if we knew the matchup, we knew our opponent's opening hands, we maybe would have kept the Blast. Maybe we'll draw one. Okay, maybe I put back the Manufactor, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking about it. Just all depends. I should just attack first, but it shouldn't matter a ton. I don't think I'm likely to sacrifice any blood tokens here. Just want to make my Urza Saga tokens as big as possible, especially game 1 against Murktide. Saga's, you know, very good. It's so nice that this card pings for 1 when it enters, because this card I think would be good enough in most of these decks without that ping for 1, but the ping just makes like it's such better in like this aggro deck, and I love it. Probably should have fetched first, right? Would you play a Ratchet Bomb on the board for Rhinos in the Anvil deck? You can. I've got an Ensnaring Bridge right now. I did have a Ratchet Bomb in here at one point. Bridge is also pretty good in the matchup, though. Kind of does the same thing. Epicure is such a weird card to see in Construct format. Is clearly not meant to be a thing. I don't think that that's true. Like if you look at like a card like Thraben Inspector does a very similar thing. It's a 1-drop. It makes an relevant artifact, you know, pinging the opponents. I think it's very intentionally meant for Constructed, actually. Obviously, like, impossible to tell exactly what Wizards is thinking, but oh, but you're another Daredevil. Maybe second the Blood Token was bad, but I think drawing Daredevil, it's pretty free at least. But yeah, but now my Construct does die to a Bolt. Yeah, I've played Thopter Foundry in some of the Anvil lists. It's fine. I played a lot of different versions, but I think the version I just pulled up is kind of like where I'm settled at with the list for now. And it's still a deck I really, really like. It's like super fun to play. I think it's really powerful. It's consistent. Recommend it. Yeah, maybe I messed up, huh? Is there any Stream Deck history? So, you can see some of the versions, but I think like I've been editing the same list for a while. You can also look at like VODs or YouTube for the history, maybe. Yeah, I think the factory league is, or you know, there's at least one video on YouTube with the factory. Okay, that's a really good draw. It's a bail you out kind of draw. Trying to think if I want to get a cookbook or a Shadowspear. I think I should probably get a cookbook here. I actually think the cookbook is likely going to be lethal. I'm trying to think. I don't think I attack with the Epicure. It's just so bad against Unholy Heat. So likely gonna be lethal next turn with the Manufactor. I guess that's just not true. Sorry. It's only gonna be like a 9/9 or 10/10. Remember, Communicators baffled, Inspectors showed up in Standard. Maybe those are more than now. Yeah, I mean, you could maybe argue more that David Inspector was not expected to show up in Constructed, but like I'd be pretty surprised for anybody designing Voldaren Epicure to not understand the similarities between Thraben Inspector and why you might see a card like that show up in Constructed. Alright, send in with the constructs. It was maybe better to go like Ragavan, sack a food token this turn. Opponent's down to 6. Construct now lethal. Or lethal next turn. Fetch is down to 5. Not sure why. We're dead to bolt plus heat or bolt. It's my favorite deck played since the Lurrus bannings. It might be the Anvil deck that we've been talking about. Just, you know, that deck has like kind of continued to be just one of my favorite decks, period. Destructotron for 2 months. Glad to meet you on a burden. Thanks for all you do for the community. Boros Stoneblade to 5, 10 to 10k. Awesome. Yeah, I like the Boros Stoneblade deck a lot. Congratulations to you. Yeah, I am still liking the Cabal Coffers deck too. That deck has been, I think, very consistent, very good. Like it's you know, not broken, but I do like the deck. I guess I was supposed to actually make a food token on my turn to play around heat. Don't think they have heat in their hand right now, so just make a token. Although I guess I'm going to be sacking a food, so heat's still going to kill a construct. But I have to sack... Well, I guess I don't have to sack a food. Yeah, because if my opponent has lightning bolts, I can just leave up the food activation. Just make my opponent make the first move. Caleb played Mono Black Death Slide with 0-3 drop. Bummer. Yeah, we can't play around double bolt. It's awesome, Static. What did you play at Legacy? Any idea on iterating the Thing in the Ice Dress down to Beer deck after the Lurrus ban? I don't know. It's like the whole reason to play the deck in the first place was to get to play your Lurrus companion in a control deck, and now that Lurrus is banned, like I just don't know what is really drawing you to that deck anymore. Yeah, I think the only thing we lose to is double bolt, as long as we, you know, just make them make the first move. Okay, only one card in their hand now. Play Texas, modern player play blue-white Urza. Awesome, awesome. Better off making it Dimir Shadow. Hold on, let me think if I... So if I crack the food token now, my construct gets heated. Yeah, but then we do like lose to a top deck lightning bolt. Why do we play Phoenix since Lurrus? But we have played Phoenix. We played a League of Phoenix last week. It felt fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to slow roll. They did have a card in their hand, could have been a counter spell. Just blast them. Thought we dropped that league? No? Alright, gonna submit. I'm glad we finally found a good Manufactor deck. It took so long. So many decks where Manufactor just kind of medium. I don't know. Maybe the decks themselves were more medium. Just like, I didn't like it in the synthesizer decks because it's 3-drop. It's like okay as a 1-of. Are the Ragavans replaceable? I feel like if you want to play a deck similar to this and not play Ragavan, you should play this deck and you should cut the Ragavans for Galvanic Blasts instead. This deck also doesn't play Urza Saga, so if that's your choke point, this deck is actually really budget friendly, just cutting the Ragavans for Galvanic Blasts. Civis, thank you for the tier 1, appreciate you. You can also build the mana base cheaper too. But this mono red list really needs these Ragavans, I feel. Sometimes you can replace the Ragavan, sometimes you can't. Like in Murktide, you can play Delver over Ragavan. The card is just super important here. Ooh, there he comes. Watch out, Spike. He's $100. Yeah, Giganta actually won us our last match against Canister. Giganta was crazy that game. I think I've only activated Ramunap Ruins a couple times, but I think it's won us at least one match, maybe two. And they don't really cost you that much to include. I don't feel like it's lost us the game yet. No removal spell? Awesome. Triple Din. I just love how many utility lands you get to play in this deck. Guess I'll just make 2 tokens now. If we could resolve a Manufactor with 2 cookbooks, though, we get to put a lot of game objects into play. Yeah, but we also don't need to have this debate every single day. Like, if you can get a companion and it doesn't cost you any cards in your main deck, then you should play it and it'll be good in every single game that goes to top decking. Which is not every game, but it's relevant every time it's relevant. Any consideration for cracking Blood Token, then discarding Daredevil, then casting the cookbook? You just want to get 2 cookbooks in play, I think, this turn, so that next turn Manufactor is going to be able to make 6 game objects. I don't think there's a rush to like get the card off the Blood Token. Like it should happen at some point. Well, getting 3 for 2 there. I guess I'm gonna dash, and I can go dash Ragavan Manufactor. I don't know. It's like unlikely to connect, but this does turn this on. Just pass. It was maybe better to discard Daredevil before we hit them with Ragavan too. Is this the best Asmo show? Yeah, I think so. I've played a lot of Asmo decks lately. This one has felt by far the best one. It definitely feels like a culmination of a lot of lessons I've learned playing the card, a lot of lessons I've seen Doomwake learn, and I've been a big fan of this version. 7/7 Murktide. Alright, let's loot away the Daredevil this turn. Play Manufactor. Manufactor's been, I think, very important to the list to make Aether good work. You have to play this card. You could go a different way, but I have liked it for the most part. It would have been amazing this game if my opponent didn't have EE, but you're a red artifact deck. You're gonna be vulnerable to cards like EE. Is that 5 cards in their hand? Murktide feels hard to beat. Well, you can kill it with Asmo, and you can also just kill them. I feel like we have a fine matchup. Alright, the Exiled consider to their iteration. They have a second Murktide. Looks like. So if we draw a cookbook, we maybe have a chance, but I think for the most part, we're probably just going to go to game 3. It's actually one of the few draws that keeps us in this game. Another explosives. I think I'm just sacrificing a food to not die to bolt, but I probably can't beat a lightning bolt anyways, actually. Like, in what world am I beating a lightning bolt here? Just never. So I'll sack a clue. Now I can beat Ragavan. Oh yeah, so I should have cast it. I should have cast it. To like maybe make for Grid and Saga. Sorry. I don't think it's gonna come up here, but yeah, I should have cast it. Yeah, I know if Bloodsoaked could work with Manufactor, this deck would be better. Still pretty good though. Not sure what our outs are at this point. We'd have to have my opponent, of course, have nothing. We'd have to like Galvanic Blast the Channeler, connect with the dash. Maybe just Shrapnel Blast is enough though. Guess that's what I get for me tanking on the Galvanic Blast game 1. Any plans to tinker with Mono Greed Devotion? I assume you mean Mono Green. I have played Mono Green Devotion before. It's not a bad deck. Okay, mulligan the 1-lander. Keep this one. Okay, maybe it is a bad deck, but it is a fun deck. Have Shinka to give first strike to the Ragavan potentially. Bring back Mono Green Eldrazi. I like that deck too. I mean, you get a Beseiju now. I actually have a friend who's been playing some of my older Mono Green Stompy deck, and he says he's been liking it. Are Boggles able to compete right now? No. I think it's maybe now that like it's better now that Luris is gone, but just like there's so many cards that just get you now, like Prismatic Ending and Force of Vigor. A lot of decks can just race you. I think the Boggles just hasn't looked good to me in a long time. I think it's unlikely for them to really get there anytime in the foreseeable future. It's a pretty good draw. I think I'm gonna Gigantha over anything else I can do with my mana. Yeah, Shadowspear is a huge one. Shadowspear is like hugely big against Boggles, and it's also like when you're playing Boggles against Hammer Time, like Hammer Time's creatures are just so much bigger than yours, and like you can't really interact with them very well. This is fine. Yeah, Beseiju, another card that hurts Boggles too. March of Otherworldly Light. Okay, they shouldn't be able to use that unless they have Bobble and a land. Oh, Blast. Yeah. There's just kind of like no end to like cards that you like. It's just like it's so easy to be like, oh, I bet Boggles is great right now, and then be like, oh wait, but then there's like these like there are millions of like small things that just all together add up to make the deck a lot worse. So a lot of small things. Kind of want to jam this. Let me attack first, see if my opponent uses their mana. I will also say that making my tokens is pretty relevant, but what I like about playing the Manufactor is I'm not like super cold to dress down, which is always an issue in these kind of spots. But I guess I'm kind of weak to lightning bolts. So yeah, I guess I'll just do this then. Okay, opponent definitely has dressed down. I've seen this story before. My opponent's gonna kill my 4/4. And it only costs them 2 mana. Alright, so I'm just gonna need a relic. Pop the relic with this colorless mana. Shrink a Murktide. Ooh, that's a good draw. Okay, so if I play the Manufactor this turn, my opponent has Bolt, they get to bolt it pretty well. But then I still get to make a lot of food tokens. My Asmo is going to be pretty good. I think this is fine. Just like the dress down means I can't start making tokens here. But they let the dress down get sacked, so they don't have lightning bolts. Awesome. Sometimes it works out, huh? Sometimes it works out. Yeah, Waffle's a god. I played Gensack recently, Vodka. I like the deck. I'd recommend it. They're going to EE on 1? So I can use my blood token to Asmo get another cookbook next turn. I think that's going to be fine. Unless they have a bolts. They would have just had to find it. Okay, Channeler. So, 2 more cookbooks, right? Oh. I should be able to do it all, though. Blood, discard Daredevil. So I've got all these, treasure tokens. Maybe you can see to the grid. I guess they could draw out explosives. Pretty good turn, though. This is the turn after my opponent EE'd me. Was it worth casting another Asmo? We couldn't cast another Asmo and play Aether Grid because it costs us 2 mana to get a cookbook and play there. And the cookbook only gets its 1 treasure. But I might do that next turn. If there is a next turn, my opponent might just concede. Guess the answer to the first book. Well, I can't get another. I can't cast this Asmo. I don't have another blood tokens. The thing. Think Trials Tracker ever be a viable card in Modern? I don't know. Maybe. I wouldn't say that it's egregiously bad right now. Obviously, has a lot of synergies too. Yeah, that's true. It does currently see play an Amulet. So put my opponent down to 8 here, and then I have 3 free pings. Oh, sorry, down to 7. It's a 6/6 Murktide. That's just not fair. Well, maybe I'm still supposed to kill the Murktide though, because I guess I just don't get to. No, sorry. I just don't get to play the second cookbook this turn. That's fine though. I don't really need to. I just get to tutor it to my hand. Do treasure tokens have to tap? They do, okay. Okay, so we go ping them, then sack the 2 foods to kill the Murktide, and pass. Bring back gold tokens. Yeah, that could be so much better if we got to play gold instead of treasures. Back-to-back really long matches, but I think we're going to be 2-1. 2-1. The decks, I think they're good. I think there's a lot of different ways to build them. We actually spent a long time on this channel recently working on them. Yeah, Tezzeret the crypto bro. Wait, Tezzeret, isn't that just a treasure token? No, this is an Ethereum token, and it's going to go up in value. You could buy some Ethereum tokens too. Yeah, can I interest you in some Phyrexian coin? It's going to take over the multiverse. It's pretty good. Okay, I'll trade here. Then play a cookbook. Discard a needle, cast an Asmo. Ethereum token sack for 2 mana after 5 turns. Involuntary crypto conversations. I brought it up. I brought it up. Should I have brought it up? Yeah, it was pretty funny. Okay, Ragavan, 5 cards in hands. Land would be nice. Galvanic Blast is fine. I guess we'll just play a cookbook and pass. I don't necessarily want to attack because of Death Shadow. And maybe like they think that they can get the Ragavan through, but I can Galvanic Blast, activate Asmo if I really need to. Okay, what does this attack mean? Unholy Heat. That's fine. I'll trade Ragavan and Heat for Asmo. Probably Heat, maybe Heat plus second Ragavan. Yeah. I think I'll use my mana to blast now. Land would be really nice again. There we go. So I'm gonna go Manufactor, and I'll just unfortunately I don't have another card to discard, but I can trigger once off the cookbook, and we'll see what we can do. And it doesn't die to Unholy Heat currently. They need Revolt for push if they have push. They could drown it if they have drown. Does have Iteration. Hey Zach, how's it going? I'm going to try Hardened Scales again. I played some Hardened Scales after Neon Dynasty. I feel like I just don't have enough ideas for it that I'm like really that interested in spending a lot more time with it, but maybe at some point I will be more interested. So I can cast that this turn, which I think I just discard this cookbook, cast this, and we can go nuts next turn. Hopefully, plays around and discard spells kind of well. Obviously, we're under a lot of pressure. We kind of need to get some stuff going. Drawing a Daredevil for turn might be pretty cool. Could have used Book in response to a Thoughtseize or something. No, you need to main phase it to play around a removal spell. Does stack and does instead stack with Manufacturer. Yes, so you get 3 tokens. When you have 2 Manufacturers, you get 3 tokens. And I guess you get 6 when you have 3. I've never had 3 before. 9 of each? Oh, I see, I see. Oh, it's a lot. Okay, attacking me for 5 down to... Or sorry, 8 down to 12. I imagine they're going to cast something. Another Channeler. Okay, well... Okay, that's pretty good. So we're going to draw a card, because I'd rather not discard this. Discard Factory. 3 of each of the game objects. Play an Asmo. Grab another cookbook, which I think we just discard to this cookbook. 3 more each. Then we get to wipe their board. And draw a couple cards. Maybe you should have drawn cards first. Pretty good turn. Kills an Asmo, it's fine. 3 cards in their hand. One of them is a 8/8 Shadow, which is also fine. Gonna keep doing it. Guess I should probably tap the Saga for one of these clue tokens. Maybe I'll just blood token here. Just be more mana efficient. Yeah, I can just pass now. I might just want to gain some life. I don't think I need to do anything too crazy. I didn't see one beta. Or no, I thought I saw one earlier. Like yesterday. Maybe I'm misremembering. Either way, thanks. Yeah, third Manufactor is exactly what I want to see. Yeah, sometimes it gets weird. Alright, let's draw a card first. Draw a card. Hold on. I really just want to draw another one. Yes! Yes! Okay, I probably should make an Urza Saga token, but I need to unlock the achievement, so. Dude, Magic Online did some stutter in there. Oh! What a boring way to end. Yeah, we needed to find the 4th one. Boring way to end that game, huh? Okay, I'm bringing a relic for a needle, I think, in game 2. Yeah, I just wanted to crash Magic Online and end the stream. But I'm not going to slow roll. I'm not going to have Lethal Burn spell in my hand and take 10 minutes. Found a use case for Green March. Is it Manufactor? Yeah, I think 4 Manufactors probably breaks the client, I imagine. Is there a way to go infinite? No, but you don't need to go infinite. You just need to blast them. Alright, we can keep this. I've never had 3 Manufactors in play before. This is really uncommon. Okay, I will play around Spell Pierce in a sideboard game. Alright, Watery Grave. Yeah, there are ways to make it go infinite, but like none of them are good. Yeah, I can't. If they have a discard spell, I can discard my cookbook to cookbook, I guess. Kind of imagine Ragavan dies. No, they did nothing with their mana on turn 2. That's super rare. Even if they have drown, I feel like maybe drowning Ragavan was correct to use the mana. It seemed like they had something. No. Shinka with the 6 months, appreciate you. Yeah, wait, but they didn't do anything with their mana last turn, and now they're missing their land drop. This is really weird. Do I want to? I think I'm just gonna cookbook and then leave factory back on defense. I want to get the cookbook out of my hand because of discard spells. Then I don't want to attack them and make Shadow bigger, but I can block a Ragavan if they dash. But they're not gonna. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I imagine they have some Death Shadows. So maybe they get to cast them here that they found the land. Yeah, Shadow's definitely a card that makes sense. Only 1, which is good for us. Not going to discard any of these lands just yet. trying to think if I want to play this as a black or red source. I'll just play it as a red, I think. I guess I'm not really going to need to double red spell. I'll play it as a black source. If I draw a Daredevil, I probably will hardcast it at this point in the game. I do also feel like a dress down is pretty likely here, so I think if they attack, I just don't block, and then I can take 13, and then their dress down gets sacked end of turn. Yeah, I think I just don't block here. And I could blood token away this if I wanted to. This card might be good to just make 2 chump blockers, though. Yeah, they 100% have dress down. There's no world where I make another Saga token at this point. Oh, it's Kolaghan's command. Really felt like dress down. Just kill my 2 permanents. That's fine. I think I will loot this away. I think the average card's probably a little better than this, including that one. I think. I don't know what I'm getting. Probably Shadowspear. Relic doesn't seem like it does very much here since they can drown my Asmo or my token. Yeah, so I'll just get the Shadowspear. Discard a Din. Cast Asmo. And I should probably try to kill their Shadow, right? They have the Bolt, unfortunately. Anything I can do with the Springleaf Drum mana? Not really. Yeah, not really. Okay. That being said, my Construct token's really big. My opponent's already used a Kolaghan's command. This is out of Unholy Heat range. If they have a Drown or a Dress Down or a second Kolaghan's command, we're not in very good shape. Still have some top decks, though. Yeah, I think you're not supposed to play around TBR basically ever against Grixis Shadow. I've tried the Reanimator playing a mono black Cabal Coffers. It's really tough though because you're a mono black deck and you just have no answers for graveyard hate. Well, can't hardcast this now. Guess it's probably just best to sacrifice food token. Yeah, the problem is you're a mono black deck and you just like can't answer Rest in Peace ever. Or like now you can't. It's hard to answer the artifacts based graveyard hate too. So I think for the most part you just should not. I know. I guess the idea is you're in the mono black deck. Your answer to graveyard hate is just hard casting the Archons, but I mean you could just hard cast Archons in the regular deck anyways. And I did play test both, and I found that the version I've been playing is better than the Reanimator plan. I think this is fine. What if you slide out the Reanimate plan for games 2 and 3? Well, I mean that's like that's your entire sideboard, but you could try. The problem is you're also gonna have dead sideboard cards anyways because you're a mono black deck. But that's 4 Unmarked Grave, 4 Persist, some number of rights, and it's like just not quite that easy, I guess. Okay, Asmo's our best draw probably. That one, no, never mind. Maybe this isn't the best draw, but it's at least pretty dang good. They do have the E on 0, but I get to like if they don't have a way to kill this, then I do get to either gain a bunch of life, or sorry, I guess I only get to gain 3 life. Or draw a card. I think I'm just gonna pass and hope that my opponent can't kill my Manufactor and can't kill me, which is kind of asking a lot. Can you quit Manufactor? I think that's worse than just gaining 3 life. Worth equipped to dodge bolts. I don't think they've already used 2 bolts. And like I'm into a fetch land too if I equip, right? I guess I could block here. But then it dies to bolt anyways. Thanks, Smurfy. Okay, opponent exiles dressed down, but they don't have the lands. They don't have the lands. I will just go ahead and gain 3 life right now and hope we get to just untap. 6 down to 5. And we do get to just untap. It's pretty exciting. Question, of course, becomes now what? I think we start off by sacking a clue in case we draw exactly this, another Manufactor. I guess I use a treasure. I might want to leave the factory up. Maybe I'll tap like this. Why not block Pyro? Yeah, I guess I should block the Pyro. I was thinking if they could somehow kill the Manufacturer, but you're right. I was free block actually. They do have engineered explosives still, obviously. So is my plan here to just gain 9 life up to 14? Probably better to try to chump block Shadow with Factory with one of those. So what if I gain 6 life? I think I'm gonna gain 6 life and chump block here. And my opponent doesn't have, they don't have Lightning Bolt or Heat in their hand or push, I think. So I think we're pretty likely to untap with at least one of these. Also if they wait to sack if they wait till blocks to sack this, I actually get to gain more life. Eat the Pyromancer with the Factory Pump. I'm just gonna block the Manufacturer on the Pyromancer this turn and chump block here, and then use this for mana to sack if I can. They drew a Kolaghan's Commands. So I'm gonna kill this 2 damage here. So I can save the Factory by pumping it. I might need to gain life instead though. So they're gonna take me. This is 9 damage. So I can no, oh wait, oh no, so they're destroying this. Sorry, I forgot that. You can pump your Manufacturers with Factory. So if I gain 6, I go up to 11 life. And I'm taking 7-9 damage. Shouldn't Urza be in the deck? This is a mono red deck. Not every game is like this. This is a pretty rare board state. I know it happened 2 games in a row, but this is not usual. Wraith would be lethal? Yeah, they would probably Wraith main phase though. But yeah, cards that are also thinking this card would be good right now is kind of silly because like we have millions of mana, millions of cards. Like you that's a bit win more to like start to fantasize about how good Urza would be here, you know. Yeah, I know you can. We know you can pump this. I learned it for the first time earlier. I was not born knowing you could. I'm gonna just drop by second a clue, I think. Ramunap Ruins is not too much help. It's kind of barely treading water. Oh yeah, I should have just gotten back Asmo with Cookbook. Dang it. Yeah, that line was way better. Here, just gonna pass back though. Yeah, Urza is modern playable, but it's also like this. I mean, this is a mono red deck. You just like, but in general, be like, oh man, Urza would be sick here. A lot of cards would be sick here. Aether Grid would be sick here. They finally sacked. Finally sacked their Explosives. I think I just let this go now. To play with a removal spell. Get back Asmo. I can get back Asmo next turn if I need to. I should have done it last turn, but like, I need to gain the life right now with the mana. So here I'm gonna block like this, and I'm gonna pump my Manufactor. Yeah, I should have already got. I can get it back this next turn though. Although it's a problem, it doesn't kill the shadow anymore because they've got the fetch, and now they've got 2 shadows, huh? Dang it. Second Daredevil doesn't do much. Yeah, so I can go cook. I can go. Sack a cookbook, get back Asmo, cast second cookbook, and then I'll have 2 food tokens. I mean, let's just start by doing that. I think that's going to be the best line. Kind of in not great shape though because of the shadows, but the shadow being able to get out of the Asmo activation range. Hero, thank you for the raid. Appreciate ya. You've entered at a weird time. I think I'm actually dead. Okay, I was dead if they sacked in response, but they didn't sack in response. So now I just pass. Now I just pass. Oh, I could have also... Maybe it was better to main phase activate, equip the Shadowspear to Asmo, then Asmo can deal 6 damage to itself to gain 6. This head is such a headache. Or the game is such a headache. But here I just hope they don't have another fetch land, shock land, and I can block here and threaten the activation. Because I can respond to the fetch, which looks like that's somehow what's happening here. Oh no, I'm sorry. I messed this up so badly. Because now I activate this, but they just don't have to do anything. Oh my gosh. So embarrassing. I could have also left this back to block if I had sacked the treasure token. Too much to handle, too much to manage. Let me see what fetchable targets they have left. That doesn't matter, sorry. That doesn't matter, I'm just dead, no matter what. Okay, sorry, it was embarrassing. Lots to manage here. Ugh, such a headache. You get to be on the play for game 3 at least. Okay, good hand. Gonna keep this. Yeah, a little bit of fatigue too. Yeah, this league has been, I think, longer than our first 2 leagues combined. We've had like 3 really long matches in a row now. Other leagues went pretty fast. Okay, so I imagine they're taking this. The double Shrapnel Blast has got to be pretty scary for them, though. Yeah, this is the league where we played Tron round 1 and then lost. Then we played against Canister and had a really long match. Then we played against a Murktide opponent and it was a really long match. And now we're playing another long match against Shadow. I think I'll dash the Ragavan. We've got, it's Shadow. We've got some good hits. It's not that crazy strong of a play, though. Also means that we draw another Manufactor. We have a 3rd mana, which is nice. Yeah, they are, kind of effectively at 5 life now, too. I guess that's a bit of a stretch, but this is, very threatening for them. But they do know about it because of the Inquisition, so it's not like it's going to be super hard to play around, I guess. Thoughts on Wandering Emperor and Boros Stoneblade? It's probably okay. I'm not like I honestly don't love that card, but it is fine. I think that card is a little overhyped. Like it is good. It is a good card. It's powerful. I like what it's doing. That being said, like it is not definitely better than every other 4-drop in those spots, and I think it's not. I don't think you're always going to see it be as popular as it currently is in Blue-White X control. But I do like the card overall. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to bait them into activating the Spellbomb now because I have the second Daredevil and not letting them get to draw a card. Okay. Have I played any Jeskai Recruiter piles? Not lately. Not lately. I do like those decks though. Okay. Opponent is saying that they've got an answer for blasts. They can't drown into lock though. Oh, they can EE? Why aren't they popping it now? Why aren't they popping it now? Why are they letting me untap? Dude, if this was an untapped land, I'd just have lethal. But they can't drown into lock because I don't have a graveyard, so I'm feeling okay. They didn't. Why aren't they popping the E? Why aren't they popping it? The pop isn't insta lethal. I mean, not this turn, but like I feel like it's the E is not getting any better than this. Is the point I'm trying to make? Is that this card is not getting any better. Yeah, I'll just try to play around Spell Pierce drawn off of the dress down, I guess. Drawn gets your second blast? No, because you just sack the tokens instead of the or any artifact that goes to the graveyard. Yeah, we could die to TBR. I mean, obviously no point in playing around it. They have Stub. I think Stub is really unlikely because like in Grixis Shadow, the only card that I guess they could play Murktide, but we haven't seen a Murktide yet this match. I don't think they're playing it. Like it's just kind of hard to turn on when you're playing DRC Ragavan. I could be wrong, I guess. They're shuffling. Well, blasting Shadow would have been a big mistake because they had a fetch land. We don't have another line. Like, yeah, I am gonna upkeep the blast here. They can't drown it. They can't spell pierce it. They have to have Stub. I don't even think they have that in their deck. Okay. Blast ya. Alright, so let's see if we can get back-to-back 4-1s here. We're currently 3-1, 4-1, 3-1. Get prediction live. Easy keep. Was that match 1? That was the 4th match of this league. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that they had a drown in their hand and they just didn't realize that my drowns were turned off because of the Spellbomb. Yeah, this deck's been great so far. I've been liking it a lot. Breeding Pool goes. I'll probably play against a Cascade variant if I had to guess. Wooded Foothills. I'll play an Aether Grid here, use my mana pretty well. We lost to Rhinos earlier today. This definitely didn't feel like a great matchup. So this isn't definitely Rhinos, but see what happens. Okay, it's not Rhinos, it seems. Corridor Monitor is pretty good here, though. So I'm gonna name... Sorry, I can't think of the name of the card. Somebody help me out. The 2-mana Judge, I would have named the 4-mana 2/4. That's Birthing Pod Vanifar, thank you. Thank you. That's not how you spell it. 2 N's. Prime Speaker Vanifar. Okay. Judge, I'd like to uniquely identify a card to name. Okay. Pass. Ghost, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, anybody who doubted thinking it was rhinos is now getting super punished. Spellsky's kind of scary. Interesting. I really need to draw a cookbook. Alright. Yeesh. The needle should be really strong here, though. We've got a lot of good top decks. We're doing okay. I'm doing less okay now. They're also not playing Yorion. Dude, that's just the worst draw in the whole freaking deck. Pass. Oh no. Immediately sex the Omnath. Oh, for Kiki Jiki. Okay, okay. Let's see if they forget about Spellskite. Game 2. I guess I'll bring in Grafdigger's Cage. And I'm not sure what I'm trimming. Not sure what I'm trimming. I think I might trim a Shrapnel Blast. I feel like this matchup's got to be not bad. We've got so much red removal against their like creature deck. Magus good. You only bring in Magus against Titan and Tron because of Saga. You can't just bring it in normally. It's also probably not that good. You could maybe bring in Boyle. I didn't really look too closely at their mana. They played Windswept Heath, Force. They had Stomping Ground, Triumph. It doesn't tell you what you fetches in the log. This is fine. This is fine. Let's mulligan. Dude, these hands have been so bad. Modern red deck with no bolts. Yeah, Lightning Bolt's not a good modern card. It only deals 3 damage, but Shrapnel Blast and Galvanic Blast deal 4 and 5. These hands have been less than ideal. I think I'm putting back second Saga, and maybe I need to keep a second Saga. Back Cookbook Blast. Can get a Cookbook off the Saga. Dude, these draws have been so bad. Just like, it's just like worst draw step, worst draw step, worst draw step. Roll to 5. Oh, forget to attack with Mishra's Factory. Dang it, sorry chat. I'm actually playing around Solitude. Yeah, can't we draw another Din of the Bugbear? Maybe playing around Solitude there is actually just correct. Okay, pretty sure we gotta make some tokens here, right? And I'll go ahead and do this main phase so I can cast the Needle. And I'll name Prime Speaker Vanifar again. Name Kiki. I think you still have to name Vanifar. Because it's just like, their deck is very much built around Vanifar, you know? Maybe trim it in. Maybe, yeah. Vanifar combo includes Kiki though. Yeah, I don't know. They play probably 1 Kiki and 4 Vanifar. Kiki's higher on the mana curve. You know. I think I'm just gonna get Grafdigger's Cage. Was not expecting that one. I guess I was a little preemptive on the Ragavan. Yeah, Vannifar just gets an answer to the Needle, exactly. Chances they have Force of Vigor. Well, thinking about Force of Vigor doesn't matter at all because we can't beat it no matter what, so don't need to worry. On the Mold of 5, on this double Saga draw, if they had a Force of Vigor, we are never beating it. It's just game over, so no need to fear. Okay, I guess so. We're gonna grab a Cookbook and then cast the Shadowspear and then get in for a bunch of damage. I don't think you want Shattering Spree. They can't have. They have like 5 or 6 artifacts in their whole deck. It's just like 4 monitor, maybe 1 Spellskite. I can't imagine like that is a deck you want Shattering Spree against. This draw actually ended up being pretty good. 2 good pieces of interaction, big constructs, opponents casting some commons and uncommons. You're getting Twin next turn. Yeah, I mean if they have to naturally draw the Kiki though, because I have Graph Digger's Cage, so or kill my cage. Yeah, we're getting Twin next turn. Dang it. Or kill my cage, he says. Are they just gonna have natural Kiki anyways? It'd be kind of funny. No, Court of Calling. Okay. Sorry, believers. Sorry, believers. Miss Lethal. Oh, wait, I could have tapped the Cookbook for more damage there? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm gonna play these last 2 games pretty bad, huh? Oh, I also could have activated Factory. My opponent they just channeled the Boseiju with such confidence. They channeled the Boseiju with such confidence, and I thought for sure they weren't just walking into lethal on board. Alright, I'm gonna go eat some lunch and power down the brain. That was a super long league. Super long league. We're gonna play some Jund Saga tomorrow.